Hello and welcome to the latest edition in our Travel Agent Learning Library. Today we're going to talk about VBT bicycling vacations and our absolutely tremendous VBT Waterways program. My name is Glenn Letch. I'm the National Accounts Manager. I'm the go-to person for all of our travel agent program for both VBT and country walkers. I have an extensive background in the travel business. I've been in the business for over 30 years. Very passionate about this fun and unique product that we offer. It's truly the most fun that I've had in the industry, and I've circled all different angles in it over the period of time. I'm here to help your business thrive, and we think one of the ways that we're able to do so is by offering you these great trainings that you can watch when you have time or when you want to really get up on a product and be able to share that with your clients. One of the other great things that I get to do in my job is to take our tours. So the picture on the slide is when I got to experience our VBT Waterways in person, doing our bike and barge product with a wonderful group of people. And in that tour, we started in Amsterdam and ended up in Bruges. So it was really a wonderful way to experience both the Netherlands and Belgium, and be very comfortable on this vessel as we made our way through that. I am joined today by a very special guest who is our product director for Waterways, Csaba Gach. And Csaba, would you like to say a few things about yourself?
Yes, thank you, Glenn. Hello, my name is Csaba Gach, and I was born and raised in Budapest, Hungary, which is also my current residence. I've been involved with VBT and country walkers since 2010, first as a bike tour leader and then continued as a full-time associate. I was first a leader operations manager, and since October 2019, I work as a product director for Waterway tours, including bike and barge and bike and river cruise programs. I am more than happy to answer any tour-specific questions, and feel free to send me an email to my below address at any time.
Excellent. Thank you, Csaba. And just a review of about our company, who we are, and what our focus is. So we are part of the Colorado-based Xanterra Travel Collection. You might know our sister companies as well, Windstar Cruises, Holiday Vacations, and of course the management and operation of many of the park lodges that you may send your clients to. Our offices are located in Vermont, but we do have staff located around the world. As we just met Csaba and we know where he's located, we have other staff, logistics in Europe and product directors strewn about. I myself am based in Southwest Florida, but my goal in my job is to really not be in Southwest Florida, but to be out and about and around working with our travel agents. We do have 119 itineraries between the two great brands, and a lot of those itineraries cover many different ways that you can explore one area. So say it's Portugal or parts of Italy or other parts of the world where you could either experience it from the seat of a bicycle or on a walking tour or guided, self-guided. We have all these different great ways to be active and to experience the world in a very different manner. I mentioned some of our staff that we have. We really have three groups of people that are involved in making these great experiences for your clients. You'll have your tour designers, support staff, and logistics managers that handle that great tour product that we then have our tour consultants, air agents, and customer service agents work with you to reserve your clients on. And then what we're renowned for and what we're just stands out on each and every one of our tours is our guides and leaders that are local to where your clients will be traveling to. So we have on our Waterways program, we have two distinct ways that you can travel and do a VBT bicycle tour, but your accommodation being a vessel. And First one is our bike and boat, is how we label it. And those are done via a barge product, and we'll be talking about this throughout the presentation as well. And then we have our bike and river cruise, which we do in conjunction with Emerald Waterways, which is really a fantastic product. It's fairly new to us on the river cruise, but when we introduced it, it really sold very well. We added more inventory, that sold very well, and we anticipate that trend to continue as we move forward. And with that, I'm going to take and just show you real quick we're going to first talk about our bike and boat. So that we consider our barge product. Used to be called bike and barge, but we've changed that slightly to a bike and boat. Sounds a little bit better on the ears, but when you look at it and you see what it's all about, it's really such a unique way to travel. I'm going to turn it over to Chaba here in just a moment, and he's going to take you through the various barge product, destinations, ships, etc. And with that, I'm going to let Chaba jump right in here.
Yes, thank you, Glenn. A remarkable segment of our European tours are the so-called bike and barge programs. We currently sell 4 bike and barge tours, which you can see on the right side of the slide. The season starts with the so-called Dutch tulip tours, or as it is officially called, the springtime in Holland. Since the tulip season is limited to 6 weeks from end of March to early May, due to the high demand, we operate 2 weekly departures on 2 different barges. One is the more intimate Florine, and the other one is the premium quality barge Magnifique 3. We run our traditional Holland and Belgium bike and boat, Amsterdam to Bruges or Bruges to Amsterdam tours between mid-May and early October, and they are aboard the lovely barge Fiep. One of our most wanted program is the Mosel Bike and Barge Tour, which operates between June and September. And due to the high demand, we also contracted 2 barges here on this program. One of them is our good old friend, the barge Iris, and our other premium barge, the Princess Royale. And last but not least, in 2019, we introduced a new destination for our traditional bike and barge tours, Italy, where we sail between the lagoons of Venice and the scenic town Mantova along the Po River. These are all very popular destinations with great air connections from the United States. And these tours are perfect, among others, for smaller private groups, but also for couples with different cycling abilities. The guests are riding mainly along the barge route during the day, so there are several options to hop on the barge and take the afternoon for rest instead of riding all day, for example. And on the next slide, you can have an idea how is the living aboard these barges. One of the most attractive elements is that you actually get 2 vacations packed in one, but you have to unpack only once. The entire barge is reserved for the VBT group. The barge is sailing during the daytime and is mooring in different locations during the night. Guests have a buffet breakfast on board, and most of the lunches are arranged ashore. Dinners are served on board a barge again, with the exceptions of 2 free nights where guests can explore the mooring cities themselves and have a dinner on their own. Our guests can enjoy the excellent services of a small crew, including a private chef. These cabins probably cannot compete with the size of a decent hotel room, but they are all very smartly designed with a private shower and a toilet. We have contracted 2 premium barges for 2021, as mentioned before. One of them is Magnifique 3 on our Tulip tours, which can take up to 40 guests and provides 5 premium cabins with balcony for a surcharge. The other premium barge is the Princess Royale, which we operate on the Mosel tours for up to 30 guests. These premium barges have slightly larger cabins with a flat-screen TV and spacious common areas with a jacuzzi on the outside deck. On the next slide, you can see some important pillars of our barge tours. For example, the wonderful leaders who are all local and experts of their area. We provide 2 trip leaders on the traditional smaller barges, 3 trip leaders and 2 vans up to 30 guests, like on the Princess Royale or on the Ave Maria in Italy, and 4 trip leaders on Magnifique 3, where we actually operate 2 smaller groups up to 20 guests in each group, while the barge still remains privately reserved for VBT. We also provide professional equipment, which is including not only the bikes, but bike bags, helmets, all the routes saved in a GPS application, and there is no surcharge for the use of the electric bikes. We have a unique floating lodging, Unpack once experience, as mentioned before, and meals prepared by a private chef. We also provide various activities throughout the week. So it's not only the biking part itself. There are visits to museums, markets, organic farms, etc. And we also offer and provide the support of VBT van beside the tour leaders. On the next slide, you can again recap the essence of the bike and barge tours. I mentioned that these types of bike tours attract couples with different cycling abilities, but also a few non-bikers as well, who just accompany their partner and stay on the barge during the sailing or join the tour leaders in the van. These tours have a relaxed pacing, and we make sure that guests do not feel rushed and have enough time to relax and socialize. Great air packages are also in store, which are including 1 additional pre and 1 post-tour night beside the actual transportation and transfers. Beside these, we also offer attractive pre and post extensions for those who would like to add a few extra days to their 8-day bike vacation. Glenn?
Thank you so much, Csaba. Those are really tremendous experiences. I mentioned early on, I had the pleasure of going on the FEEP. And when we talk about that dining, nothing was more enjoyable to me, especially coming from a hospitality hotel background, than seeing the hardworking chef every day and his small kitchen on board, making these wonderful meals and coming out and taking everyone's order for the next meal as we're, enjoying breakfast or even lunch at times on board. We're going to shift gears and go over to our river cruise product. Csaba's going to tell us all about our Emerald Waterways partnership and how that gets incorporated into our great VBT bike tours.
Yes. Thank you, Glenn. These bike and river cruise tours are new in VBT's portfolio, and we introduced the first one in 2019, the Danube Bike and River Cruise from Nuremberg to Budapest. This tour actually includes 4 countries. The pre-night is in Prague in the Czech Republic, and people have a private bus transfer to Nuremberg, where they embark the ship, the Emerald ship. Thanks to the success and the great cooperation with Emerald Cruises, we introduced this program in the reverse direction as well, meaning from Budapest to Nuremberg. Another new tour for 2020 is the Rhine Bike and River Cruise from Basel to Amsterdam, again including 4 countries: Switzerland, Germany, France, and the Netherlands. VBT will introduce a brand new French bike and river cruise tour for 2021, for next year, which will sail along the Saône and Rhône rivers in order to capture the essence of the area between Burgundy and Provence. VBT offers the pre-night in Paris and after a 2-hour fast train ride, our guests will embark the ship in Lyon. The tour ends in the historic city of Arles, from where we offer a private bus transfer to our post-night destination to Nice. This year we introduced the first cruise and walk tour for our sister company Country Walkers between Budapest and Nuremberg along the river Danube. So on the next slide, you can see how is living on these river cruises. For the river cruise and bike programs, we can promote the very same advantages, in fact, as for the bike and barge tours. However, there are a few things which differ in this case. Our guests have several emerald activities to choose from if they don't want to bike. Meals are all inclusive. So we have breakfast, lunch, and dinner every day. And also wine, beer, and soft drinks are included during the meals. We offer more spacious and better equipped cabins and also several upgrade options to larger cabin categories. Our guests enjoy the facilities of the Emerald Starships. There is a pool, a gym, several treatments, hairdresser, entertainments, and nevertheless a wonderful English-speaking crew. These small river ships are probably less intimate compared to the barges, the private barges, as our group shares the ship with other cruise passengers. There are maximum 182 passengers on the Emerald Starships, except for France, where Emerald operates a smaller river cruise for up to 132 guests. Unlike the barges, the river cruises normally move during the night, so guests can always wake up in a new destination. In most cases, the days began with a guided sightseeing tour in the town where the ship is being moored. This is followed by several activities and optional excursions during the day. And of course, VBT offers a private and independent bike tour in the area on each day. On the next slide, you can actually see the same pillars as you saw before on the barge tour. So again, professional local tour leaders, great equipment, also luxury lodging with all-inclusive meals, various activities from early morning to late evening, and of course, our traditional VBT van support. On the next slide, you can see that the river cruises have the same essence as the barge tours. However, again, we provide a larger deluxe cabin. We offer all-inclusive meals, and we also offer a wide range of Emerald activities and excursions beside the traditional VBT bike tours. Glenn?
Thank you very much, Chaba. The river cruise product is definitely something that's on my radar, as I've experienced the barge, but not the river cruise, and it should be on your client's radar too. That smaller ship cruising, but with the great bike tour attached to it. I'm going to talk for a few minutes about our bicycles, because this, as I go around and either talk to agents and their clients or at consumer events that are sponsored by some of our partners, our bicycles always come up as a question, because we typically will have different levels of biking experience, and some people that may be a little more timid about taking this bicycle vacation as their vacation. So on most of our tours, we offer a custom fit bike, meaning we're going to match the frame to, the height of the guest. We're also going to ask them, do they want a step through, traditionally a female fit, or a step over frame. And then within there as well, we have our hybrid bikes. So starting left to right, our hybrid bike would be an upright experience, handlebars up, sitting more in a straight up position. A very comfortable bike for someone that wants to do the pedaling and enjoy the ride, but doesn't necessarily need to race through the streets like you might find a little faster on the road bike. That's the middle photo. So the road bike is available on many departures. It is not available on some. And we, on our website, will indicate what bikes are available and what bikes are not, meaning are they offered on that tour and destination. You can see we use some high quality Fuji equipment in most places. And then we get into our very popular e-bike. So e-bike is a hybrid bike. It's electronic assist. It's a very popular choice. We have keep going higher and higher in our percentage of folks that take our tours worldwide that want an e-bike. The e-bike still requires pedaling. That's how you get the bike moving, but it engages when it feels resistance. So it really makes for a comfortable ride for the guests. And we keep in mind that most of our guests and clients typically don't go out on a bike every day of their lives. It makes this sustainable over the course of a week-long tour that they're going to be comfortable. We use some other technology on tour as well. So we mentioned the e-bike, which is extremely popular. We have the benefits of that, meaning why would someone want an e-bike? Well, it introduces people that have never taken a tour, bike tour of any kind, to our products. So those are the people that I encounter at, large trade events or consumer events, and we often will bring in an e-bike to show them how it works and what it's all about. And then it's not a motorcycle or a moped, but it's a great bicycle that allows them to engage on our tours. It equalizes abilities. So we have people that are at varying abilities. Often the Pied Piper, so to speak, the person leading another person to the tour is usually a fairly avid cyclist. And maybe the person that they're bringing along, friends, family, spouses, etc., may not be as avid, so they can ride together. I could take a road bike and ride along while my friends could do e-bikes, and we can ride together at times and really enjoy the tour together. It also extends the career. So we have people that have traveled with us for years, and I have very recent examples of this where they were, getting a little older and maybe ready to hang up the spokes for a little bit, but they get on an e-bike and they're telling me they can easily travel with us for another 10 to 20 years based on that, because it's making them much more comfortable. So we also like to mention that e-bikes are limited and a lot of the tours. So if someone's interested, I always say definitely get them an e-bike. If they're asking about it, get them an e-bike, but make sure that we have that available on that tour departure date. We keep adding more and more to our fleets, and because it's so prevalent, we don't see that trend changing anytime soon. The other piece of technology that is just tremendous is our Ride with GPS. It basically would be loaded on a smartphone device, uses no data. So if I'm cruising through the Belgian countryside on our bike and barge tour, it's not costing me any extra on my phone plan or anything like that, and it's telling me turn by turn the route that we're on that day. Once I'm done, I can then save that route. I can keep a history of all the routes that I've ever ridden, which is what I do. I can share that on Facebook or other media platforms. For me, I like to share them on Facebook because I have adult children and like to know everything that I'm doing at every time. So I can tell them this is what I've done today, and there's the map and so forth. Really a great tool. We provide that on all of our tours, and very easy to use once a few simple instructions. And of course, our local leaders are so familiar with this that they are there to assist the guests with this technology. The other thing we mentioned in the highlights of our tours are our great international air packages. And of course, when we talk about our Waterways product, it's all international from the United States. So these packages are available on any Waterways product. They're also available on any tour that is not in the continental United States. So if you're going to Canada with us on a tour, an international air package is available. They provide these great components. So our flights, which are extremely well priced, often you get everything that's I'm going to mention next for the cost less than an airline ticket would cost. You get transfers upon arrival. You get transfers after the tour and the post-tour night. And we've got these wonderful pre and post hotel nights that are convenient to the airport where your guests will arrive. And again, we're going to transfer them right over there. We do have breakfast that will be included on those hotel nights. Other than that, there really are not inclusions, meaning tours with some exception. And then we have those extensions that Chaba mentioned, which allow you to incorporate our air package, but add additional nights that we provide on either the front or the back or both if someone chooses. So you make our great bike tour a much longer experience to whatever part of the world your clients are going to, and all done, as I mentioned earlier, at a phenomenal pricing point. So how do you work with us as an agent? We really want you to do what's most comfortable for you. I always say that if you have never worked with us before, if you have a lot of questions, if your clients have a lot of questions, call us. We have those experienced travel consultants that know everything about our tours. We pride ourselves in getting them out on tour each year. So they've experienced these tours and they'll be able to answer general questions. And then they have a number of specific notes and other pieces of information that can help make sure that your client is going to be very comfortable on a tour with us. So I would say if you've never worked with us, call us. You can email us. We'll call you back. We'll touch base with you again. You can book online. If you're comfortable with our tours, perhaps you've worked with us before, which many have, of course. You can book online for most of our tour products. Even if you book online, you will get a follow-up by our tour consultants. And if I can help in any way, contact me. I'd be happy to walk you through any of our product line, of course, handle any questions you may have on our flow, and also work with you to develop some business, whether it's virtual or in-person type of events or other efforts, materials, etc. I'm here to help. glech@vbt.com is the most efficient way because I always have my email going even when I'm speaking or traveling otherwise. And a reminder about some of our booking guidelines. They are unique for Waterways compared to our traditional land tours. So we collect a little bit higher deposit. We do have the final payment due a little earlier. And this is kind of the nature of incorporating the vessels and how we work with our operators on these particular products. We do have some various cancellation fees. I always say check our website for the latest updates because things can vary at times depending on what's going on in the world. So we always like you to consult the website. We also have some great agent benefits. So if you want to take a tour with us anywhere we go, we'll offer you 20% off the tour in lieu of any other commission, and we do exclude some of the more low margin type of items like our air package, but the big part, the big land or in our cruise product, the base tour cost, we will give you that at 20% off. As far as agent commission goes, we start at 10%. We have preferred opportunities available if you are or your travel agency wants to really get into selling these types of products, we will work with you and we'll reward you with a fairly substantial commission percentage. And I do remind anyone tuning in, our average commission payout is roughly $650 per booking. So when you add these to your portfolio of selling, you're going to be rewarded quite well. And finally, we have our travel agent web pages. These are loaded with all sorts of information, not only on our products, there's several other learning library webinars you can access there. It will give you how to work with us, what type of information do we need, what questions should you be asking your clients to get them secured on a tour. We keep these up to date. We have essentially the same information on either the VBT.com travel agent website or the Country Walkers website. You will see them in a slightly different format just because the websites are designed differently. And I will also remind you that all of our itineraries, so all these great itineraries that Csaba's talked about, are available for an instant quick download. You can then share them with your clients by email. You can print them out, whatever's your purpose is. You can save them on your desktop, and they're going to give you all the detail day-to-day of what's going to be going on these tours. So I really invite you to check out those pages, look around. You'll usually see something new every week, and it will keep you well informed. And with that, I wanted to really thank you very much for tuning in today. We hope that you will get excited about the Waterways product as a wonderful tour opportunity. And I'm going to turn it back to Csaba to just say a few words as well.
Yes, thank you very much, Glenn, for this comprehensive information. And it was a great pleasure for me to explain a few words about these Waterway products. And we can hardly wait to see your guests, your customers on our Waterway tours. As being said, if you have any questions, feel free to reach out either to Glenn or to me, or just call VBT. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Csaba. Have a great day.